not taking personal readings at this time. Please do not get scammed by people posing as me in the comments section. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So today's reading, we are pulling on the energy of this upcoming total lunar eclipse happening in Virgo on March 13th to the 14th. March is just going to be full of different cosmic happenings. We have Venus going retrograde March 1st, Mercury going retrograde March 14th, and then we have the craziest showdown with Neptune finally moving into the sign of Aries after 14 years being in her home sign of Pisces, happening at the very end of March 30th. And over on Patreon and for the YouTube members here, which there's a link to join down in the description section, we spent a lot of time looking into this total lunar eclipse, paradigm shifting through guided meditation. And I wanted to use the power of this total lunar eclipse to draw some messages from the spiritual realm, some urgent messages that you guys need to know about your next 6 months, because this total lunar eclipse is going to really play out over the next 18 months that we have North and South Node moving throughout Pisces and Virgo, but it's really going to peak over the next 6 months. And that's when we're going to see a lot of changes that are coming from this total lunar eclipse that we're about to have in Virgo. And so we're just going to pull some urgent messages from the spiritual realm today, your spiritual team, the Most High, what it is that they want you to know, need you to know over on Patreon or for the YouTube members. I'm going to be doing a specific reading for them, looking even further into this energy about the different breakthroughs that they're about to experience in the next 6 months and any sort of revelations, any sort of truths that are going to be coming out. So we're going to be going even deeper over there. If you guys are interested in seeing that reading, then you guys, like I said, can join down in the description section if you're interested in that. But other than that, you guys, let me show you what cards, oracle cards, I'm using for today's reading, because I never remember to link them. So we have the magical spell cards, craft, cast, activate, and empower. The Green Witch's Oracle deck, embrace the wisdom and insight of natural magic. We have Star Codes Astro Oracle. And then we have Spiritual Awakening 52 Universal Law Oracle cards. So getting to the disclaimers in the meditation, obviously this is a general reading, meaning that it will resonate with who it is meant to resonate with. Tarot does not control or dictate your life. If you hear something that you do not like or agree with and think that you are fixed to that reality, you are not using my readings correctly. I conduct these readings for confirmation, not answers. If you hear something for the first time, please do not take that message without receiving further confirmation from your higher self and spiritual team. Realize at the end of the day, you have the final say with your destiny. Your free will is your power. And what you choose to do with it will determine your life outcomes, not a pick a card reading on YouTube. Please be responsible and accountable for your own actions and use this as a guide to help decipher the messages that your spiritual team has been trying to send you all along. If you would like to participate in this meditation, again, this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you personally, you have to personally sink into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and help you select a pile with your third eye, not your physical ones, I will be offering a 60-second meditation. Halfway into it, I will be placing crystals for my clairvoyants that like to pick piles with objects on them. And after the clairvoyant pile selection, there will be a clairaudient selection where I play a different tone for each pile, and you can select a pile based off of which tone resonates with you the most. If you're drawn to another pile, that's because there is another message for you in that pile. So if you're ready, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet and working that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds. Hold that breath for 3 seconds and then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, the universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self so you can receive confirming information from spirit as to what it wants you to know about your next 6 months. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. On pile 1, we have lemon quartz. On pile 2 is golden obsidian. On pile 3 is moss agate. All right, pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we're starting off with your tarot cards to look into some messages, some urgent messages that Spirit wants to tell you guys about your next 6 months. And then we'll pull some oracle cards. So getting started, your very first tarot card is we have a blank card here. And I'm actually still going to keep this out for you. Then we have the 3 of Swords in reverse. Then the 2 of Pentacles. And Judgment. Pile 1, there is definitely a message here from Spirit to you about cutting something out of your life for good and dedicating yourself to purging whatever is hurting you from your life over the next 6 months. Swords talks about information, communication, and the mind. 3 of Swords is the card that describes us learning something or maybe making a decision that hurts or disappoints us. The 3 of Swords can also be taken as a card of pessimism, negativity, doubt, or some sort of mindset that does us no good and is not productive. So the 3 of Swords in reverse says that you know what is contributing basically to these mindsets, maybe these more negative mindsets that you guys have. Or in other words, you know it needs to change, maybe even about your mindset, but you may make excuses or refuse to make these changes. 2 of Pentacles here, it's like you guys go back and forth about reasons to keep something in your life. The 2 of Pentacles is even you guys having these on and off seasons where sometimes you cut something out of your life with the 3 of Swords right here, and then other times you let it back in. 2 of Pentacles is a card that talks about something having so little value that it's discardable. Like you wouldn't miss it, or it wouldn't put that much of a dent in your finances. It's kind of like, like pocket change when we're dealing with the 2 of Pentacles. And so this tells me that whatever you guys keep going back and forth on having in your life, it's bringing little value to your life. It's not worth keeping it in your life. It's not worth the toll that it has taken on you guys' mental health. Judgment here, Spirit's sending you guys a lot of signs or downloads that manifest through certain experiences. And actually it manifests through different consequences in your life, because Judgment card is very consequential. Something has brought stress or headaches or concerns into your life, and what it's giving you in return is not worth keeping it. It's not worth holding on to it. This is, for example, and it's just an example, but this is sort of like eating a lot of unhealthy foods, and the lack of moderation, it leads to being diagnosed with like high cholesterol, let's say. The consequence, judgment right here, is the doctor saying, hey, you have high cholesterol, and making a judgment call to say, cut this out of your life. You need to cut these foods out of your life, because it's like you have an opportunity, you have a chance to fix this. You have a chance to kind of turn around this consequence. You have a chance to undo it. Two of Pentacles is saying, sure, while you enjoy some of those foods, it's not bringing so much to your life that you can't remove it from your diet. And it's not bringing so much to your life that it's like the satisfaction is temporary and not very worthwhile, while the consequences are long-standing and very serious. And it's like, you know, that with the Three of Swords in reverse right here, that this is something that you need to be more disciplined about and to eliminate from your life, because it doesn't make you feel good in the long run. And it's actually, again, it's having these detrimental sort of side effects. So whatever this is, pile one, fill in the blanks, because it's going to be different for each of you in this pile. This might be a job or a lifestyle or a relationship or a practice or a choice. Whatever this is, even a mindset, but whatever this is, you have danced around with the idea of freeing yourself from it with this Judgment card right here, because Judgment card, it talks about leaving the corporal body behind, which is why we see in the Rider-Waite-Smith version of the Judgment card, we see these souls standing up from their graves. They're standing up from their caskets. So all their earthly issues have been left behind in that previous incarnation or human experience. Everything that was affecting them physically has been left in that grave. So this is Spirit saying very loudly to leave something behind in your past life, which tells me for you guys, it's been made very clear that something or maybe someone shouldn't be in your life in the way that it has been, or in a way where it's able to affect you. But this has to be a decision that you guys make and stick to. You guys have to make the change, in other words, because you guys have energetically or spiritually awakened, with a Judgment here being ruled by Pluto, which is the planet of permanent change and transformation. Pluto will also deal with estrangement. So it's like cords have already been cut. It's a matter of you guys not allowing like, let's say, like readmission of this thing back into your life. Mentally, you guys need a break from stress and anything, any inflammatory people or situations that mentally stress you. They put wear and tear on your body, and they put wear and tear on you mentally. So for those of you that are trying to decide whether or not to change jobs as well, please do not ignore what has been happening at your work. Pile one, do not ignore the signs. And these aren't even signs. When we deal with Judgment card, this is very clear, loud, in your face experiences or reactions or symptoms. Do not minimize it with the Two of Pentacles right here, and then the Three of Swords in reverse. Do not talk yourself out of making this very real change, pile one, because Spirit keeps talking about being able to avoid some serious consequences, or being able to avoid some sort of circumstances that you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to be put in that situation. But again, it's just a matter of getting it out of your life right now. And over the next 6 months, it's about being more and more serious about eliminating something out of your life and keeping it out of your life for good. So wherever you guys have been dancing back and forth, it's like you'll go maybe like a month or two without something. Maybe you'll go a few weeks. Maybe you'll go a year or so without something. And then, you slowly allow it back in. It may be some sort of cycle that you guys sort of notice about yourself, and whatever that is, especially if, again, it's been bringing any toxicity to your life, any stress to your life, that is what you guys need to focus on, getting it to a place over the next 6 months where it has minimal effects on you. That's really important. Also, too, another message here coming through about the next 6 months is community being very important for you, pile one. You guys being there's a huge lifestyle change that needs to be made here. Okay, so it's like fill in the blank. This could be anything. This could be, like I said, this could be a relationship for some of you that you need to leave behind. Maybe it's a job, maybe it's a mindset. Fill in the blanks. The point is that there needs to be a total overhaul, a brand new lifestyle that comes about over the next 6 months. Some of you guys, you have been working towards that. You have been wanting to invoke a new lifestyle. You've been working your way towards that. But in some ways, I don't know if you guys just maybe don't see any results here with the Three of Swords in reverse. Two of Pentacles, you guys may not you may not see a lot of return on your investment, we'll say right now. Like maybe it's sort of like you guys aren't seeing the benefits. You're not really getting that dopamine hit. The moment that you cut something out of your life, it's not like your life just instantaneously gets better right then and there overnight. This is a lifestyle change where it's like you have to commit to this change and stick to it for months, maybe even a year or more, before you start seeing these results, right? So that may be a big reason why a lot of you in this pile, it's been really difficult for you to stick to a lifestyle change here, because again, you're not seeing those immediate results. And that may be why community is also coming through in you guys' pile. I don't necessarily know why. Something about your Two of Pentacles is like really coming through very strongly as community. Either creating a community around you, leaning more on your community or the people in your life that you really trust, maybe starting to use them to help keep you on the straight and narrow somewhere, because they can really help. And some of you guys with this Three of Swords in reverse, maybe some of you haven't told certain people in your life that you're making some sort of a change because you don't want to, you don't want to hear their criticisms if you don't stick to it. But this is something where it wouldn't be the worst idea to let some other people in on the changes that you're trying to make. They will kind of help keep you guys on that path for sure. Okay, but there's something very important here about community. This could be you guys even getting introduced to a brand new community as you are working to make these changes in your life. Or again, just leaning more on the people that are currently in your life and that you really trust and know like they just have your best interest in mind. Also too, I don't know why this Three of Swords, it looks like maybe it's because of the way that these like flowers look right here. Something about that looks like smoke to me. And the Three of Swords in reverse, the fact that this card has shown up in reverse, this could even be actual like smoking, like literal smoking that maybe some of you have been trying to cut out of your life and you really want to cut it out of your life. You're really trying to make that change. Stick with it, pile one. Whatever changes you guys are trying to make, whatever you're trying to eliminate, stick with it. You're going to see those results, okay? In the next 6 months, you might not see a lot of movement because this reading is about your next 6 months. You guys might not see a lot of movement. And then all of a sudden around that 6-month mark, boom, you guys see the biggest change with Judgment and the Two of Pentacles right here. Two of Pentacles, like I said, this is a Pentacle card that talks about something having not as much value just yet, but it's still a transaction. We're dealing with the Two of Pentacles because this is an exchange of Pentacles. So there's an exchange here of like, I'm going to give this up to get that. But again, you're going to have to wait to see that Two of Pentacles build to the Three of Pentacles, then the Four, then the Five, then the Six, then the Seven. You're going to have to wait to watch that build over time. But eventually, like once it does, you're going to be really, really like happy that you did. For some of you too, this is about getting a savings started or sticking with your savings that you've gotten started as well. Okay. Because you guys are you're not going to regret the changes that you guys make right now and over the next 6 months. You guys are going to be really happy that you did it because it's going to have some way of almost protecting you guys or, keeping you guys from, again, dealing with some sort of consequences or circumstances that could have been avoided. Okay, let's see what cosmic influences are going to be most powerful in your life over the next 6 months. Wow, I don't know how this is from a whole different deck. Somehow this was in this astrology deck here, but we have here orange emotions. I'm not pulling from this deck for any other pile, but I'm going to keep this out for you guys because I'm just going to take it as it was meant for you guys to see. But we have here emotions. So emotions could be playing a you guys may be you may notice that your emotions are somehow connected to whatever it is that you guys are trying to cut back on in your life or eliminate from your life over the next 6 months. You may realize that you're like emotionally attached to something. And it's that emotional attachment. You guys will notice that as you sort of clear something out of your life, your emotions may regulate a bit easier. We have here solar calm, clarify, and then moon perception. So we have here solar calm, which is related to the sun, and then we have the moon. So moon and sun in astrology, they are counterparts. You know, moon rules the night, sun rules the day. Sun is masculine, moon is feminine. Sun is active, moon is passive. So for you guys to have both of these cards coming out, or both of these energies coming out, this is kind of talking about a little bit of a push-pull dynamic, or something being very contrasting in your life and this kind of tells me that you guys may notice there's a really striking difference between it's like night and day. When you get rid of something in your life, like I said, you may not see overnight results, but what you guys may notice is that you feel better. Or like I said, this is going to be like some sort of extreme switch, and it might take a little bit of time, but your life is going to change, like from the drastic change between night and day. The more that you guys remove something out of your life that has caused you a lot of stress, it has affected your mental health a lot. For some of you, this could even be a job that has been mentally affecting you. It's been really impacting your mental health. And you guys are going to notice that you have your life just changes drastically, where it's like, man, 4, 5, 6 months ago, I can't believe where I was compared to today. And so there's some sort of really, really drastic switch here for moon perception and then solar calm, clarify to come out. But solar calm is talking about clarity or your life being clarified. So this is certain things, whatever it is that you guys like cut back on or remove from your life, it is going to help bring a lot more clarity in. And that is what's really going to change you guys' perception big time. And so this kind of tells me that a little bit here, whatever it is you guys start to remove from your life, like let's just say that this is like you guys going on a health kick, right? You're going to realize that as you change certain things about your lifestyle, that you start changing other things as well. And it sort of just leads to this complete overhaul or this complete lifestyle change like we were talking about. So this is like saying, you know what, I'm going to cut back on sugar. And then all of a sudden, 6 months from now, it's like your entire life has really evolved and changed. So this is a change from the inside out. Moon is really going to be associated with our essence or our core, our soul. Solar energy or the sun is really associated and connected to our ego, our spirit, our presence, our personal power. So everything is going to change. As you guys make these changes, it's going to evolve you or transform you from the inside out. And you're going to notice that you're a lot more in touch with you guys' personal power. Your confidence is going to improve. And I'm actually filming this video under the energy here of the total lunar eclipse in Virgo. And we have the moon here coming out for you because it's what happens during a lunar eclipse is the moon gets eclipsed. So yeah, this is a really, really, really big change for you guys. Something is just gonna, it may seem like a, for instance, like I'm going to stop smoking, and it changes you as a person. Okay, we also have here chamomile flipping over, gentleness, relaxation, and sleep. So this is another thing that Spirit really wants to highlight for you guys is inviting more gentleness in, more relaxation, more sleep, better sleep, improving your quality of sleep. As you guys cut something out of your life, you may notice that you are a lot more relaxed, that your sleep schedule has gotten better, your sleep quality has gotten better. And also too, you may notice that you are more gentle or you feel more gentle, or maybe you're not living in like survival mode or maybe on the defense all the time. There's something, whatever you guys need to cut out of your life, it is, you may not even notice it. That's what this is really feeling like, is like you guys might not notice how much your life almost revolves around whatever this is that needs to be cut out. You may not notice how it makes you a tougher person or more defensive. You may not notice how it affects your sleep. You may not notice how it's like you're not able to relax. You may not be connecting those dots between, oh, because this thing is in my life, it is keeping me from being able to relax, for instance. You guys may not be aware of that, especially with your Three of Swords in reverse right here. Okay, so we have your chamomile. Sun was underneath that, just like your solar calm, healing energy, happiness, comfort, joy. Then we have here salt, protection, banishing negativity. Exactly. And then earthworm, clarity and rumination. Again, clarity coming back out for you guys. Underneath the deck here, we have sage, wisdom, purification, and harmony. Yeah. So this is you guys really purifying your life. And I'm also going to leave these out for you. Sun says healing energy, happiness, comfort, and joy. So this is healing energy for you as well. This sun solar energy that's coming through is also healing energy for you, because, you know, sun is fire, and fire, whatever it touches, it burns it to nothing. And so it really ends up purifying it from our lives. And so that may be something that, again, this is you guys realizing that as you eliminate something in your life gradually changes. And then we have here salt, which is all about protection and banishing negativity. There's some sort of negativity that needs to be banished from you guys' life. Maybe even work with salt if you guys are comfortable with that. You guys may know, I always talk about salt in this channel, and working with salt is one of my favorite things to work with when it comes to energy work. But if you guys are comfortable working with salt, maybe doing like a salt bath, or, you know, like adding salt to like your bath or something like that. Even if you are somebody that cooks, as you add certain ingredients in, maybe speaking over your ingredients, you could even leave small amounts of salt throughout your home, and you could put it in the different directions of your home, like north, south, east, and west. You know, maybe if you wanted to like say a Bible scripture with it, or just like speaking protection over your home and over your space. Because with salt, it also talks about purification. Work with salt as well if you guys feel called to do that. Then we have your earthworm, clarity and rumination. And it's interesting how this earthworm is half of his body is in the soil here. So this is about you guys like cocooning, so almost like retreating. And the next 6 months is like a time for you guys to heal. And when we're healing, we need to isolate, right? So you guys may be isolating a little bit as well. That may be why the message came through about community. Maybe that message was more so about being more selective of the people that you surround yourself with, because you guys may really need to isolate or only have very specific people around you, people that you know are good for you over the next 6 months, because you guys really need to focus on healing something, healing spiritually, as well as even your physical body, because it's going to have a really big impact on how you guys are able to heal mentally as well. So clarity and rumination is coming through too. Okay, let's see what other messages we get for you, pile one. Oh, wow. We have here success and then glamour. Yeah. Okay. So you guys, your appearance is even going to change over the next 6 months, or as you eliminate something out of your life or cut back on it, your appearance is going to change. As we can see in this glamour card, she's staring at a mirror. And it says, into this mirror, I now see the realms of possibility. This is also you guys being able to now recognize your own potential. When you look at yourself in the mirror, your self-image, in other words, is also transforming. It's also evolving. It's also improving. As you guys, like, this is all about you guys really taking care of yourself and doing what you need to do in order to get yourself in a position where you feel better about yourself, you feel healthier, you feel happier, and this is going to be successful. Okay, this is going to lead to a lot of success overall in your life. Like I said, it's like for you guys, you might be thinking, it's just an example, like I'm just going to cut out some sugar, and it ends up just completely changing your life. Like somehow it ends up leading to you guys like realizing like, oh my, like doing research and finding out that, you know, sugar affects this part of the body, or it affects you this way mentally. And you guys cutting out on that, it leads to better sleep, which leads to you guys like putting in better quality of work in your career. And that leads to success. And then it leads to you being happier in your own personal life and in your relationships and your like, it's just, it sort of spills out everywhere else. Okay. So you guys will also see that as well over the next 6 months, which is really, really interesting. So I have a clarifying life situations card for you. Okay. I believe the two that fell face up, or the two that fell on top, wanted to be seen. We have here real promise, release the chains of the past. Yeah, exactly. This is you guys eliminating certain stuff from your life. Dance to the rhythm of possibility, and then free to move. Embrace your liberty to explore new paths. The world is wide open for your journey. Okay, so this is a commitment that you guys are making to yourself or need to make to yourself. This is going to, whatever this is, it's not easy to remove this from your life. As we have the emotions card that fell out here, there's something that you guys may even be emotionally attached to when it comes to having whatever this is in your life. But this needs to be a personal commitment that you make to yourself, a promise that you make to yourself, or maybe a promise that you make to the universe. Release the chains of the past. So for a lot of you guys, this is something that has been in your life for a long time, or this is, like I said when I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards, it's kind of danced in and out of your life for a long time. Somehow it's really connected to you guys' past, and this is what needs to be left behind. And then we have here, be here now, practice mindfulness to be present in the moment and gain insight. And then it also says, take great care, nurture yourself, prioritize well-being, and tread gently on your journey ahead. And that word gently also came through too with gentleness somewhere. Yeah, chamomile over here. So yeah, this is about you guys like kind of gently easing into this new lifestyle. You don't have to do something that is really strict and really like abrupt and really like severe, where it's like you go cold turkey and cut something out. You guys can gently transition into this new lifestyle. And that's what I've really been picking up you guys' entire reading, where it's like you cut out kind of one thing and it leads to you guys making these other lifestyle changes that just make sense for you. And overall, it just improves your well-being overall. And then we had a couple of cards underneath, worth the effort. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Knowing your dedication will lead to rewarding discoveries. Exactly. This is going to lead to something that feels rewarding, just like the success card, slow climb. You're getting there one steady step at a time with a little bit of effort. This is what I'm saying. You guys are not going to see overnight results like that. It's going to take some time, but when those results start kicking in, it's going to be crazy. Then we have here desert of isolation. That's exactly what I picked up earlier, that some of you guys, you may need to isolate over the next 6 months, or you may go through periods of isolating over the next 6 months so you can really focus on yourself and what you need to do. And so you're not surrounded by distractions or interferences or other influences. And it says, traverse the desolate spaces of solitude to uncover reflections and resilient survival. And then we have embrace solitude, reflect deeply for survival, keep your mind open as answers reveal lessons in the quiet of introspection. So yeah, you guys will also be kind of phasing in and out of moments of isolation as well, in order to, again, like I said, just focus on your well-being and to focus on getting better, especially with this Three of Swords in reverse, really highlighting you guys' mental health. And underneath the deck, we have seed of potential. Plant the seed of potential and nurture its sprouting promise with your attention and care. So this has huge potential here. This seed is going to grow into not just a plant, but pretty much like a garden for you guys. Because it says here, thrive and believe, embrace growth and trust in promise, just like you guys have promise somewhere else. And it says, embrace growth and trust promise, keep an open mind, answers reveal the path to fulfillment. You guys are on a path to fulfillment. You might not realize it in the very beginning, but eventually this path is going to open up and make you guys realize like, wow, this has really enriched my life in so many, in ways that I never thought was going to happen. I never knew how this was connected to so many other parts of my life. So this is really going to open you guys' eyes a lot. The next 6 months will. And just a final message for you guys. Any spiritual awakenings that you guys may be having over the next 6 months. Because a lot of the times the eclipses, they bring spiritual awakenings. So I'm going to keep shuffling because that's a few cards. We have here the law of time. You have the ability to bend time with the power of perception. You guys have perception come out for, I forget which card. Oh, moon, perception right here. Yeah. So, and again, this is talking about time. It's going to take a little bit of time, pile one. This is not going to be overnight. Okay. But this is talking about you guys having the ability to bend time, and time is what controls our reality. Like, think about who you were or where you were 10 years ago and how completely different that might have been compared to where you are today. It's time that controls our reality. So for you guys, this is definitely talking about having the ability to bend your own reality, to change your reality, to change your life over a matter of time. So I'm going to read this one out of the book. And then underneath the deck, we have the law of manifestation. Let go of trying to control life and allow miracles. There is going to be something this next 6 months is going to lead to something miraculous in you guys' life. You guys are really going to manifest something miraculous, something that seems miraculous. You have success here and glamour. So basically, this is something that you guys didn't think would or could happen at a certain point in time. And you're just going to slowly prove yourself wrong. It says, upon pulling this card, you are deemed the anointed one. It is up to you to make the declaration of who you desire to be. This is what we've been talking about your whole reading, that this is about you guys becoming the person that you've always aspired to be, you've always wanted to be, but somewhere you guys were getting tripped up for sure. And it says, it is up to you to make the declaration of who you desire to be and what you desire to experience in this lifetime. Remember, this is not a dress rehearsal. Make the most of every moment. This is the universe asking for your order. Rise to the occasion and become the person you've always desired to be. This is exactly what I said when I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards. And it says, every time you notice yourself not being present, take 10 deep and slow breaths. Journal about what you experience. And the law of manifestation says, let go and stop trying to force things to happen. By drawing this card, your higher self desires for you to be open to how things show up in your life. By controlling and outlining, the universe cannot deliver your dreams. Remember, spirit, your higher self creates from nothing. So you must release the preconceived ways you think things have to happen. However, if you create in harmony with the unity of life and in service for the highest good, your ability to manifest will increase exponentially. And it says, when it comes to manifesting, mentally practice neutrality, let go of attaching to an outcome and labeling anything as good or bad. Allow yourself to receive a gift from the universe today. And pile one, this is all that I'm saying for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. All right, pile two, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting with you guys' tarot cards. Then I'll be pulling some additional oracle cards to look into some urgent messages that spirit wants you guys to know about your next 6 months, since we are just getting into eclipse season. And this total lunar eclipse happening in Virgo is here pretty much. So you guys' cards here, tarot cards, we have the Tower. Then we have the World. And then the Six of Wands. Pile two, there's a really interesting analogy coming through for you that spirit is saying, and it's saying the world could be burning and you guys would be protected or insulated from it. It's symbolic pretty much of spirit saying that there's going to be a lot going on over the next 6 months with the Tower here, which is the card of destruction, but also liberation. And the World card here, that talks about closure, perspective, and mastery. Six of Wands is the card of victory and glory. There's going to be a lot of action between the Tower and the World card happening around you guys, and not necessarily to you. A lot of what you guys will experience in the midst of so much noise is achievements with your Six of Wands right here. And it's like there's two very different experiences here, very contradictory. On one end, you have things coming apart and being dismantled with the Tower. And on the other end, there's this finality of things coming together, almost like a graduation with the World card over here, and celebrating a great accomplishment with your Six of Wands. Also with the World card, spirit is saying that you will gain great perspective in the next 6 months, especially when it comes to the stuff that doesn't work out, Or this is more so the stuff that falls through with the Tower over here. It never gets off the ground to begin with. It comes apart before it comes to completion, with the World card following the Tower. Six of Wands says that you guys end up making your own way because of this. Because when we have Wands, this is the element of fire, and fire represents passion, motives, intention, drive, willpower. Six of Wands in your reading says no matter what happens with the Tower, your determination will see you through, with the World card and the Six of Wands. Also, the biggest message here from Spirit to you is to trust what doesn't work or whatever comes apart. It is for a reason, pile 2, because Spirit is saying a lot of you are so driven that it takes Tower moments sometimes for some of you to either pay attention or listen or slow down or change directions or course correct, or put your energy elsewhere. If not for Tower moments, you guys would have maybe never left that job, or maybe you would have stayed in that relationship or not changed certain things about your life. Tower moments are the universe's way of delivering pile 2 to where you are meant to be. Because without it, Spirit is saying, it's funny, it's saying that Spirit is saying basically that it made you tough and resilient, but sometimes that's the very reason why you guys have either overstayed your welcome or like overplayed your hand, I guess you could say, in certain situations, because you guys are so headstrong. It takes a lot to make you guys leave or give up. And Spirit is describing you guys as durable. Like you may have been through many Tower moments in your life, and you just kind of get back up every time and keep pushing forward. And this is why you guys have experienced the Tower moments that you have, because Spirit is saying there was no other way to get through to you or to get your attention. And this may even be the case with some of you guys' relationships, where someone has to really mess up for you to see them for who they are, or for you guys maybe to pull back. And it's really important, whatever doesn't come together over the next 6 months, it's really important to trust it, because you guys end up where you were meant to with the World card. The World card is the final card in the major arcana. After everything that the Fool goes through, he ends up at the World card. And there is a reason why it is not describing a specific location, but it is talking about the entirety of the world. The point of the World card is to say that the destination was the overall journey, the entire experience. That was the point. The destination was everything. So it's not just the specific location. It was every single thing that he experienced. So in other words, the Fool was never actually lost. He was always where he was meant to be at every point and turn in the major arcana, from the High Priestess to the Magician or the Lovers to Death, the Devil, Tower, Moon. Every stop along the way, it served a divine purpose. And that's the important takeaway from Spirit's message to you about the next 6 months, pile 2. Look at how your spread ends with the Six of Wands. This is the card of celebrating personal victories. So trust where this Tower experience leads you over the next 6 months for sure. Because the Tower is basically Spirit making it crystal clear to you guys what is actually reliable, what you guys are able to actually lean on and depend on, and what you can't. Because with the Tower, it's like all it takes is this like one lightning bolt to bring the entire tower down. And that is basically going to be Spirit sort of showing you guys over the next 6 months, like this is who or what is actually reliable, what is actually strong, what actually is able to support you and have your back. Okay, so again, trust whatever fails at coming together. This is like, for example, like, you know, maybe really hitting it off with someone on like the first date, but you never hear from them again, you know, and it's kind of like it didn't develop enough for you guys to get your feelings involved. But the fact that it never got past the first date made it clear enough for you guys that it's like, oh, this is not somebody that I would want to get attached to emotionally anyways. Again, that was just an example. But trust that, because what it ends up leading to is the Six of Wands, where you guys end up, you know, meeting somebody that's actually reliable. This is someone when lightning hits their tower, they don't crumble. You know, so it's like no matter what is going on, they make time for you. They have open communication with you. Like this is a healthy place for you to be. And again, like I said, that was just an example, but yeah, just trust what doesn't end up coming together over the next 6 months. Okay, so let's start grabbing some astrological cards here to see Okay, so we have here second house resources and then 12th house introspection. So the second house is the house of value. It rules money, it rules real estate, it rules finances. It basically rules how we produce things when we're dealing with the second house. This is basically all about how, we earn a living, or we earn and obtain whatever is in our life. Second house can also kind of be seen as the house of manifestation in a weird way, because like I said, it's more so about producing. This is how we make a living. And the 12th house is going to be the house of like isolation, mental health, spirituality, healing, and closure for sure. This is also an extremely spiritual house. So for you guys over the next 6 months, it's really interesting how you're going to really kind of cycle between the second house to 12th house, and how both of these kind of like themes are going to be popping up in your life over the next 6 months. And it also kind of confirms what was coming up in your reading when we were just going over you guys' tarot cards, that second house, like I said, it's all about how we earn something. It's all about how we create something. It's all about how we produce things. And whatever doesn't come together in your life, like we talked about your tarot cards, trust that, because there's a higher plan behind it. And that's exactly what the 12th house talks about. It talks about spirituality. It talks about a higher purpose. It also will reveal hidden problems, hidden enemies, things in our life that was hidden from us. We didn't realize it was an issue. So it can kind of be connected to tower card energy, where it's like with the tower, when you're just looking at it, it seems like a really well-structured building with like good integrity, right? But the moment a lightning bolt hits it, it comes apart, things crash apart. So it's like the moment that something goes wrong, it's like something starts malfunctioning. And that's how you know it was never going to be able to actually support you in the long run. So this is spirit kind of like, I guess you might see it as like prematurely, things ending kind of prematurely, but this is spirit's way of doing that. So you guys don't get too invested, second house here, with whatever it is that was never going to be able to produce for you guys. It was never going to be able to show up for you guys in the way that it needed to. Like I said earlier, when we were just looking at you guys' tarot cards with the 6 of Wands here, this is you guys making your own way, second house. This is you guys figuring out how to make your own way in the world without having to too much rely on these tower situations or energies or people where it's like, I don't know if you're strong enough or not to support me. I'd rather support myself. I'd rather count on myself. So this is definitely spirit as well, saying that over the next 6 months, you guys are going to be put in a position where you don't have to really rely on others that much, especially when it comes to your resources and the things that you guys need, because the second house is also the house of resources. This is, again, how we produce the things that we need, how we produce a living or an income or our resources. So yeah, you guys are going to be put in a position over the next 6 months where you were able to produce for yourself, and you're going to see that it's like, oh, this was the bigger picture that was unfolding for me. This is why it didn't work out in that direction with the Tower card over here, because it kind of led me, like I said, course correction. It kind of led me to this situation where, I'm well established on my own and I don't need this other thing. Okay. Let's see what other messages we get for you, pile 1. We have here soil, stability, and simplicity. Exactly. This is about stability coming into, and then we have here earth underneath the deck, peace and grounding. So there was just for a lot of my pile 2, something was really unstable in your life. You guys weren't able to depend on something. Something was really unstable. It was hard for you guys to maybe get your bearings straight. And it's like also too, like what I mentioned, spirit said in you guys' reading that it made you a resilient person. It made you someone who was able to take these tower moments and just get right back up again. Even though I'm sure those tower moments hurt, it's like they don't knock you down where you guys stay down. That's you guys' willpower coming through. 6 of Wands, where it's like, yeah, I might have gotten knocked down, but I'm going to get back up every single time. As long as I've got breath in my lungs, I'm going to get back up. And that's just how spirit made a lot of you guys here in this pile that were intuitively drawn to this pile. And when you are that type of person that's resilient, like a lot of people don't know how to tap into their own resiliency. They don't know how to tap into that willpower. We all have it. But a lot of people don't know how to rely on it because willpower is a resource. It's the ability to go within and say, I'm going to draw this power. I'm going to draw this strength from inside, and I'm going to be my own reason. I'm going to be my own motivation to get back up and keep going. A lot of people don't know how to source power and strength from inside themselves. A lot of people are more reliant on other sources of strength and power, and that is outside of them in order to, in order to make their way in the world. And you guys are not that type of person. You tapped into your resilience at a certain point and you never forgot how to do it. And so for you guys, this is basically spirit saying that it's going to start surrounding you with people and situations that can kind of match you with that same willpower, that same strength, that same resiliency that says, no matter what, I get back up too. Because you guys may have been surrounded by tower people and tower moments where it's like when they get knocked down, they don't know how to get back up. They don't know how to push themselves there. And that may have been what caused a lot of instability in you guys' life because you had to be so dependent on other people's ability to get back up or for them to want to get back up. And so, it's really difficult to do that when it's like you are a part of a team or you're a part of a group or you're a part of a community or you're a part of a unit and you're the only one with the mindset of, you guys, let's keep going. It's really, really difficult when you're surrounded with other people that they don't have that same motivation. They don't have that same determination. They don't have that same willpower. And so with soil and earth here, what I'm picking up for you, pile 2, is that over the next 6 months, this is going to be spirit in the universe starting to surround you guys or starting to really stabilize your life where either you guys become really self-sufficient and you don't really need to depend on other people that much anymore. Or there's a spirit surrounding you guys with other people that are also self-sufficient, that also have that strength of willpower as well with earth and soil here. Earth says peace and grounding. So you guys are going to experience as well a lot of peace over the next 6 months or after the next 6 months where you guys feel more grounded. You feel like you can trust where you're at a lot more. And then with stability and simplicity, this is why you guys are able to trust where you're at a lot more. So also too, you guys' life could be simplifying in ways over the next 6 months as well. All right, you guys, let's pull another card here. Let's see what we have for you. We have the scales of balance and then meadow of moments. Scales of balance says seek equilibrium in love and career. Okay, so this is you guys getting into more of a rhythm, okay? And it's because it says harmonizing your inner scale to weigh decisions with both heart and mind. And then we have harmony's call, embrace equality and pursue justice, harmonizing the energies to manifest a balanced and just outcome. So this is you guys not feeling split either between your heart and your mind anymore. This is more balance coming into those areas of your life where maybe you guys want to lead a little bit more with your heart, but you're not able to because you have to be logical. You have to be practical. So this is a lot more balance coming in where you guys don't have to pick and choose between your logic and your heart. So we have more the scales of balance coming in with that over the next 6 months. Then we have meadow of moments. Bask in the meadow of moments where presence blossoms in the simplicity of now. Again, that word simplicity is coming through. So you guys' life is also simplifying somewhere. And that kind of happens with the tower. It's like I said, that lightning bolt comes through and it knocks that tower down. And it's like that tower, while it was standing, it probably took a lot of maintenance. It probably took like a lot of upkeep to keep that tower standing. And now that it's like that tower is gone, you can sort of like reallocate all those resources that you were spending in that tower. So you guys' life is going to get simplified in a way too, because something doesn't come together or it can't come together. It's going to end up feeling like a win with the 6 of Wands right here, where it's like, oh my God, I don't have to keep up with that tower anymore. I don't have to spend all this money, all these resources, all this energy, all this time over there anymore. Like it's going to be like a headache gets removed in your life as well. And then happiness is simple. Find joy in life's small wonders, for they hold the key to a fulfilling and contented heart. I don't know why reading that, it made me think of travel. So I don't know if you guys may even be traveling a little bit too over the next 6 months as well, or you may feel kind of like called to travel, or you just may have the opportunity to travel over the next 6 months because life has gotten simplified in a way where it's like you got some time off, or you've got some energy. You got a lot more resources back with the second house resources card right here. You got a lot more resources back over the next 6 months where maybe you're able to travel a bit more or do what you want to do. Like it talked about scales of balance, where it's like, I would like to take off, or I would like to take some time to myself. I would like to go travel, but I have to work, or but I have these responsibilities to take care of. So yeah, that's also going to be happening over the next 6 months for you guys, where you're going to have more resources and time to do what you want to do, and not necessarily always what you have to do, because that can be difficult. Okay, let's see. Let's grab some other messages for you over the next 6 months. I don't know why I just saw something with the spine or something with the back. I don't know what that has to do with anything. But we have here new beginnings underneath the deck for you guys. And then we also have here study. Let my mind be clear and strong. Let me study well and long. Some of you guys, you may even be going back to school, or maybe you're going to get your certification somewhere over the next 6 months. Maybe you're getting back into studying or picking up on some sort of a skill or hobby or interest. And again, being able to take those resources and pour it into something that you want to do with study right here. So you may even have more time to do that as well. And yeah, with new beginnings here, for sure. It says, let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell. So this is, again, you guys getting back to simplicity and new beginnings here. This is you guys like really kind of being able to emerge from your cocoon. Some of you may have even listened to pile one. You may not have been drawn to pile one, but you may have listened to pile one for whatever reason. And I don't know why that detail came through. Okay, that's just a detail that Spirit wanted me to mention. Yeah, but we have here new beginnings. So you guys are also going to be kind of like emerging in some way, kind of like how the butterfly does with new beginnings here. I'm kind of wondering if you guys maybe like start a business, or you get into something where maybe you're self-employed, or especially with second house resources right here and introspection. This is kind of like earning money for you, or I forget how that saying goes. It's like either you can build someone else's dreams or your own. I forget how that saying goes, but that kind of might be happening for some of you guys over the next 6 months as well. Between study, new beginnings, and second house resources, 12th house introspection, scales of balance, soil, earth, 6 of wands. Yeah, some of you guys, you may be getting self-employed over the next few months. Let's grab a final message here. Okay, we have the law of compensation. Interesting to have second house resources. Like we talked about, it has second house has to do with how you produce, how you create, how you make an income. And we have here the law of compensation. Give that which you seek. Underneath that was a law of transcendence, revere the dark side of life. But I believe it was a law of compensation that wanted to be seen. Underneath the deck here, we have the law of dharma. Transform your pain into purpose. Transform this tower moment into purpose with the world card and the 6 of wands. This is basically what we talked about your whole reading. So I'm going to read both of these out of the book. The law of compensation says money is first created within your mind. You are shifting from seeking to get things from the world to being of service to the world. Your higher self wants you to know that you are valuable beyond measure. By drawing this card, you are ready to claim your worth now. So that's what's going on. Like I said, this is you guys becoming self-sufficient and not needing to rely on something or someone else. And it literally says that right here. It says that you guys are shifting from seeking to get things from the world to being of service to the world. So this is basically people needing you, not necessarily you needing them. And it says to do this, you must let go of any scarcity mentality. Second house resources, you guys, let go of any scarcity mentality. This could also be what the world card is talking about. You guys sort of destroying that scarcity mentality in order to get into that abundance mindset with the world card right here. It says no longer allow doubts to dominate your thoughts. The first step is to live in such faith and conviction that all fear becomes annihilated, just like your Tower card. It says next you must know your value and be valuable to others. Wealth is coming to you now. This is your second house resources right here, and new beginnings. This is like a new beginning when it comes to finances for you guys, or just wealth in general. Just having like a really wealthy life. So this is whatever you guys consider wealthy. Maybe you consider like being in good health wealth. Maybe you guys consider having a lot of money wealth. Maybe you guys consider having a good savings, or being free to do what you want to do as wealth. But wealth is coming to you guys right now. That's literally what it says right here. Journal in Action says, give away whatever you seek without needing it to come back directly from the same source you gave it to. If you seek love, then give love. If you seek money, give money or value. If you seek energy, give energy via the body. The law of Dharma says there's a message and a gift within you that the world is ready for. You are the only, maybe this is why I was picking up. You guys may become self-employed over the next 6 months. Yeah, there's like, and the other card here, law of compensation, talked about you guys giving a service to the world. Okay, so yeah, you guys might end up self-employed over the next 6 months, pile 2. It says you are the only person in the entire cosmos with your gifts. By drawing this card, your higher self is ready to give your spiritual blessings to the world. You may have known what this purpose is for quite some time, but may not have believed yourself worthy of such a grand plan. The universe is conspiring for your greatness. You have to get out of your way and commit by putting in both feet. It says, invest your time and energy into, this is that resources, invest your time and energy into doing your inner trauma work, transforming your suffering into service, transforming your tower into the 6 of Wands. It says also open up your calendar or diary. I think they meant diary, but it's spelled dairy, or diary, and mark off everything that does not make your heart sing. It is time to only say yes to the things that you love. Beautiful. And pile 2, this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. All right, pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we're starting off you guys' tarot cards, then I'll be pulling some additional oracle cards to check out some urgent messages that spirit wants to tell you about your next 6 months since kicking off this eclipse season. So getting started with you guys' tarot cards, the very first one that we have is the Knight of Pentacles. Then we have the 7 of Swords in reverse. And then the Fool card. Pile 3, you guys have a few messages coming through with your spread here. Starting off with your Knight of Pentacles. This is your spiritual team. They are hard at work for you, and they have been for a while. And you guys may not have seen any signs of that activity at all in your life for a while. You may have even been wondering if like the universe has been hearing your prayers or your intentions or your pleas for help or whatever it may be. You may be thinking that it's like nothing is manifesting, nothing is working for you. You guys may be going through a Saturn return or even having Saturn transit your 9th house right now. Saturn is currently in Pisces, which is actually collectively really impacting all of our ability as mankind to have faith in anything. Saturn has a way of coming through and getting us to be realistic about things and not believing in fantasies or not being so idealistic. And Pisces is a sign of spirituality. It's directly connected to source energy, to God, to something that is unseen. And for Saturn to be in this energy, again, this is a collective experience where a lot of people, and especially the conscious collective, people that are trying to push humanity forward, they're trying to help people awaken. The collective has really been getting beat up since Saturn has been in Pisces for a couple of years now, I want to say. It's been restricting people's ability to believe, to have faith, to even manifest, to connect to a higher power, to feel spiritual, to feel divine, to tap into that sense of humanity and empathy and compassion and forgiveness and healing and all those sensitivities that Pisces deals with. It's been harder to reach with that Saturn transit. And so some of you guys, you may be really seriously feeling that Saturn transit. So again, Saturn could be transiting your 1st house, your 4th house, your 9th house, or 12th house. And you don't have to have any of those placements in order for this reading to apply to you. It's just something that I'm kind of picking up intuitively. But Spirit is the very first message coming through. Like I said, there's a few messages here for you guys, but the very first message coming through is Spirit saying that your spiritual team has been hard at work delivering something to you with this Knight of Pentacles right here. Thing is that the Knight of Pentacles moves extremely extremely slow. And this is because the Knight of Pentacles is so efficient. He is going to get the job done. If there is any knight that you want on your team, because the sole priority is make sure you get this job done, come hell or high water. I don't care what goes down. Make sure you get this pentacle delivered to its destination. Then you want the Knight of Pentacles. Now, is he going to get it done quickly? No, because he runs into a lot of situations and a lot of scenarios, and he takes his time to make sure that above all else, he gets the job done. And this is basically has been the energy behind what your spiritual team has been doing. So they've been moving a little bit slow when it comes to them bringing certain things into your life, especially the things that you guys need. You guys could have definitely been praying or trying to manifest different scenario or different circumstances when it comes to your money or your career. You guys may need help when it comes to your home. Whatever it is that you guys need, you've been praying for your needs to be met. And your spiritual team has been working very hard at that. But because the Knight of Pentacles showed up to represent the work that they're doing, this tells me that they are fighting a lot of things on the spiritual side to make sure that they get these prayers, the answer of these prayers to you guys on the material living side of things. It takes time for things to manifest. When we're dealing with manifestation, that means something from the ethers, from the ethereal spiritual realm is being born there, and then it's coming all the way over to the physical side of things. It has to cross dimensions. That takes time. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes things happen really quickly. Other times it takes a little bit of time. And especially too, like I said, with your Knight of Pentacles, this is basically Spirit saying that your spiritual team has been hard at work, but they've been fighting a lot on the spiritual side. They have had to go through a lot of they've been kind of in the trenches a little bit spiritually or energetically. And one thing that's really going to help speed things up, or it's really going to help almost protect your spiritual team and protect these blessings that they're bringing into your life, is for you guys to have more faith. Faith is how we feed our spiritual team. Okay. They don't rely on money. They don't need or care about any of that on the spiritual side of things. What they feed off of, what we can give them, is faith. You are a multidimensional creature, right? You are physical, you're flesh, and you are spiritual. And we have essentially like an umbilical cord between our physical body and our spiritual body. So we are the beings that are walking in both realms. We're walking in the physical, we're walking in the spiritual. So that cord, that connection that you have to your spiritual team, the more you feed that, the easier their job gets. And what you feed them with is faith. When we're having issues with whether it be our mental, spiritual, physical, or emotional health, these things impacts us in a way where we're not able to feed, our spiritual team. We're not able to really show up for them. And it can kind of cause things to slow down a little bit. But not stop anything. These blessings are yours. They're meant for you. Nothing can stop that. And when you guys are going through your doubts here with the Seven of Swords in reverse, and when you're thinking like, oh, they don't hear me, they're not working for me, my life is never going to get any better. What energy are you feeding yourself when it comes to the words that you speak and the things that you think? What are you giving life to, pile 3? Because with your Seven of Swords in reverse here, if you keep saying, just because you're not seeing any activity, just because you're not seeing things manifest, just because you're not seeing things go your way, if that causes you to say, well, that's because Spirit can't hear me, or that's because they're not answering my prayers, or that's because nothing ever works out for me, that clogs that connection, that clogs that umbilical cord to your spiritual team. And again, it kind of slows things down. And it's not that it's this carnal sin to doubt. We are human beings. We are walking in the physical and in the spiritual. And sometimes we give into that physical realm because it's an extremely dense place to be in. And so sometimes we go through doubts, and there's nothing wrong with that. At least I don't personally feel that way. I think that just makes us human. But the thing is that get back up and try again and keep going, pile 3. Even when those doubts get to you and you go, man, nothing's happening, take your time. Be in your place mentally where maybe you're feeling down, or you're feeling negative, or you're feeling pessimistic, or you're feeling angry or frustrated. You take your time to feel that, and then you get right back to it. You go, no, you know what? This is mine. These blessings are mine. This prayer is mine. I'm a child of the Most High. I'm a child of this universe, and I'm directly connected to it. So it has no choice but to hear me. And it doesn't matter how many times you have to keep reconnecting to your faith. Keep doing that, pile 3. Do not give up. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your spiritual team. Don't give up on the universe, because you guys need to be really, really careful about sabotage. 7 of Swords is typically seen as the card of betrayal. More so though, 7 of Swords is like the card of like sabotage, because we see someone, especially in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, we see someone trying to get away with stealing these swords that don't belong to them. And the fact that whenever the 7 of Swords shows up in reverse, it can talk about us stealing from ourselves or sabotaging ourselves, or in other words, getting in our own way. So be really careful about that, because your Fool card over here is, yes, Fool card generally is the card of new beginnings, but your Fool card for you, pile 3, is coming through as doors opening up. Doors opening wide open, okay? Like, because the Fool card is card number 0. So in other words, it's the beginning to the major arcana, but again, it's represented by the number 0. There are no limits when it comes to the number 0. It is an infinite number that knows no bounds. It's boundless. And so this is boundless opportunities and doors opening for you guys, but it's going to take a little bit of time. And this is why you don't want to get in your own way, because like I said, nothing can get in the way of you guys' blessings. They're meant for you. And the universe is, whenever it promises something to us, it will see that through no matter what. The only thing that can get in our way is us. So because again, if those blessings belong to you, you own them. And essentially the only person that can reject them and say, nope, I don't want them, or I'm not going to take them, is you. So, don't get in the way of this with this Fool card right here, because something is on the way to you, pile 3. Something is definitely on the way to you. It's just a matter of, again, not interfering with that. Now, like I said, there's a couple messages here for you guys. Another message here is there may be a situation over the next 6 months with someone in your life who is presented with 2 options. Either they tell you a truth that maybe they've been trying to hide with the 7 of Swords over here in reverse, or they get exposed by spirit. The truth opens up an entirely new chapter for you guys as well. But it depends on how you learn someone's truth. If they come to you and open up and just and volunteer the truth to you, then you guys have the ability to really move on in an empowered way. But if something is kind of done, if the truth comes out against their will, then that could really get in the way of maybe you guys' relationship with someone else. But there's definitely an opportunity to start over again in a really honest place for a lot of my pile 3s here with your Fool card here and your 7 of Swords in reverse. Another message, pile 3, is this is either a person or a specific situation in your life with the 7 of Swords that's trying to take advantage of your Knight of Pentacles moment. Knight of Pentacles has one job, like we talked about, to get that pentacle to its destination intact, and he executes that job well, but it takes a lot of work. The Knight of Pentacles is, I keep hearing as well, improvement. This is you guys working hard to make improvements in your life, and it's taking a lot of your time, energy, and focus to do this. And so this person or situation in your life for some of you who may be acting out or almost jealous of how much maybe time you're devoting to this Knight of Pentacles undertaking, they don't know how to deal with this new project that you are focusing on. For others of you, this is someone attempting to take advantage of your back being turned and focusing on something new because they don't think that you're paying attention to them and what they're doing. They don't think that you are clocking these details. They don't think that you are reading into them and the details that don't add up or make sense. And this could even be someone trying to sabotage the improvements that you are making with your Knight of Pentacles because they are not on that same wavelength with you. But your 7 of Swords in reverse, it's basically saying that this agenda does not take root. It doesn't work. 7 of Swords in reverse is saying this person or situation, they end up exposing themselves over the next 6 months. And there's a few different messages here because some of you in this pile, you don't have somebody in your life that is trying to manipulate a situation, or they're trying to take from you or keep the truth or keep you from the truth. For some of you, it was more so that first message coming through that you were the one getting in your own way. For others of you, there could be someone around you or a specific situation around you that is not being entirely honest with you. How you are going to know which message applies to you is because your gut instincts have already been triggered by the situation or person. For whatever reason, you may feel more paranoid around this person. Your nervous system may start to act up when you are around this person or situation. You may feel uneasy. You may feel like you have to look over your shoulder. You may not be able to trust this person, or you may feel like you shouldn't trust them. And this is because of that. Really fluid, clear discernment coming through for you guys, where it's like, I just need to keep my eyes open. I need to keep my wits about me with this situation or with this person. Okay, so let's start grabbing some other messages here. Let's see what cosmic influences are really going to... Okay, we have here progressions, journey. Yeah, solar flares underneath that, activate. And then underneath the deck here, we have sun, source. Yeah, so you guys are really going to be connecting to source energy. Sun, source, sun is seen kind of like as this God and this extremely powerful entity. And so with sun source coming out, this is about you guys not only connecting even closer to God and getting even closer to your own faith, and your faith becoming immovable. But this is also sun source talking about protection as well, because sun is so powerful that it is able to really like insulate and protect things. So for you guys with sun source here, this is definitely source, God, the Most High, the universe, however it is that you see it, reaching out to you guys. It's trying to reach you. It's trying to get your attention. It's trying to reach you. It's trying to speak to you. And a lot of you, when we first started out your reading, that was one of the things that kind of came through, is you guys may feel like spirit isn't listening to you. It is, but do you assume spirit isn't listening to you because it's not telling you what you want to hear, or because certain things aren't going the way that you want them to, or they're not manifesting the way that you want them to, or have asked for them to, or expected them to? Be careful about having selective hearing when it comes to spirit. Be careful about having a conditional almost relationship with spirit, where it's like, I trust you when things work out the way that I want them to. Kind of like what we talked about, your Seven of Swords in reverse over here. Like I said, it's human to have doubts, but you don't want to make your relationship to spirit contingent on what it does for you. That you want to be like, you want to kind of keep, again, reconnecting to your faith, like we talked about with your Seven of Swords in reverse right here. And then with progression's journey, you guys are on a journey. Also, too, this progression's journey is talking about you guys as a spiritual team being on a journey to you. Okay. And so with solar flares activate, this is saying that, your journey is about to be activated, or this is spirit, that's solar energy, because that's what the sun is. It's solar energy. This is you guys about to be activated over the next 6 months. The more you guys tap into your spirituality, the more you are going to feel aligned to your own journey and aligned to your path. And the more you guys are going to start noticing, oh, wow, spirit has been talking to me. It has been doing things for me. It has been making a way for me. And like I said, with your Fool card over here, this is about being limitless and doors opening up, roads being wide open, journey right here. Your journey is about to get activated. Fool card. Okay. Okay, we also have here recycling and breaking down problems, mushroom. Underneath the deck, we have trunk, stability, loyalty, and reliability. So with breaking down problems, this is kind of like what we were talking about with your Knight of Pentacles right here. Your spiritual team, they've been battling some different things on the spiritual side, on the energy side. And the one thing that's really going to help them is you guys pouring your faith into that connection that you have to source and to your spiritual team, reconnecting with them. When's the last time that you guys maybe prayed or visited your altar or set some intentions or meditated or got present and mindful and connected maybe to Mother Earth or the universe, or, read a sacred text? Like, when's the last time that you guys got spiritual? Maybe that was why that kind of came through I mentioned Saturn moving throughout Pisces and it really impacting our ability to believe. Maybe that was kind of why that came through. Whatever battles you guys have been fighting in your life, it is getting broken down. Okay. It's getting broken down. With mushroom right here, recycling, breaking down problems. So you guys are going to notice that there is going to be a wasteland, a wasteland filled of you guys' issues and problems. And just like how mushrooms, it grows from something that died there. This is you guys like problems dying around you in your life and something being recycled, something that you guys can actually use, something being recycled from those issues getting broken down. So that's another thing that your spiritual team is also doing, is fighting these spiritual battles on the other side. Like I mentioned when I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards. And then with trunk here underneath the deck, stability, loyalty, reliability. Again, you guys, this is basically spirit saying, I am reliable. You can trust me. You can trust spirit, pile 3. It's gonna do you guys a lot of good to reconnect with spirit. Whatever your methods look like, take some time to reconnect to spirit if you haven't lately, because you guys are going to realize through that practice that it's like, oh, you've been talking to me this whole time, but you may have been distracted. 7 of Swords in reverse. You guys may have been distracted. And kind of like what we talked about with your Knight of Pentacles, you may have been distracted with other things going on, other responsibilities, other priorities. So take some time. Let's grab some other messages here. Okay, we have making plans underneath the deck, more adventures that came out, and then Crystal of Clarity. Crystal of Clarity says illuminate your path with openness and insight, readying yourself for a newfound understanding of content. Okay, so Crystal of Clarity, maybe work with some crystals as well, you guys, if you feel drawn to crystals. This kind of looks like clear quartz or maybe what is that? Citrine, maybe? I'm not sure. And then we have seek clarity, embrace honesty, face consequences, and sharpen your focus for personal growth. There's some personal growth here. And like it says, embrace honesty. That was one of the messages that came through with you guys, the 7 of Swords in reverse. There is somebody in your life that may need to be honest with you, or with this embrace honesty right here, this could be you guys that maybe need to be honest with someone in your life. And you guys have an opportunity over the next 6 months to volunteer some sort of information to someone in your life and to maybe tell them the truth about something. Okay, so you guys are going to know if you're going to know if you personally have been maybe keeping some sort of truth from someone in your life. If that's the case, you may find that over the next 6 months, you feel like I should tell them this, or we should have an honest talk. And then we have here more adventures, embrace the unknown with curiosity, letting each journey shape your path and wisdom. This is totally that Fool card. And that's why he's called the Fool card, because he has no clue what he's in for. He just knows he wants to go out on an adventure and he is completely unprepared. He doesn't take really anything with him except for like a little sack of things. And he just has no clue what he's in for, and he ends up going on this beautiful journey, but he has no clue. And you guys are on your way to a full moment. The next 6 months is really going to be you guys stepping into brand new seasons, brand new chapters. And then New Worlds here says, yeah, there are many more things for you to discover, so don't give up. Just like I mentioned to you guys earlier, do not give up on yourself. Don't give up on your spiritual team. Don't give up on source. Okay. And then underneath the deck here, we have making plans. Chart your course with intention. The future is yours to design and navigate. This is that journey card right here. And like I said with you guys is, Full card, this is doors opening up for you guys. And yeah, I didn't know that this said that when I flipped the card around. Look at what it says. Open doors. That's what I was saying. Full card is the card generally it talks about new beginnings. What I was picking up intuitively for the Full card for you guys is doors opening wide for you guys. And so it says open doors. You have many options. So take your time to choose what is right. You guys are going to have a lot of options open up for you over the next 6 months. Something is opening up for you. Your spiritual team has been hard at work for you, pile 3. They've been hard at work clearing your journey, clearing your path, opening up doors. This is why it's taken a minute, because they've been working through a lot of energetic issues, blockages. They've been clearing these paths out of your way so that you have a much easier time getting to where you want to go. See what other messages we have come out for you, pile 3. We have... You guys see that? Trust. Trust. What did I say? This is Spirit saying, trust me. Trust the fact that your spiritual team has been working for you. Trust the fact that Spirit has been trying to talk to you. Okay? Trust. This is Spirit loud and clear coming through to you guys saying, trust. Trust that doors are being opened for you. Trust that ways are being made for you. This is about you guys reconnecting to your faith. So you are able to trust your spiritual team, trust the universe, and trusting the Most High, or however it is that you define it. It says, I am safe, I am secure, in love I trust, my faith endures. And it talks about faith, because that's all faith is. It's just the ability to trust beyond a benefit of the doubt. Even though I don't see things working out for me, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, Spirit, Most High, the universe, that things are working out, that a way is being made. I'm going to give you that benefit of the doubt. This is about invoking unconditional trust. Okay, and then underneath the deck, we have true love come to me. True love shall come to me as I do will. So mote it be. For some of you guys, this is a romantic situation that you are waiting to work out for you or to open up for you, or this could be somebody coming into your life. So for those of you that are, you're tired of being alone maybe, or maybe you've been going through a 7 of Swords in reverse situation where you find something out about someone in your life. The next reading that is going up for you guys is actually about who is trying to come back into your life. So there could be some messages for you guys with that, because we are currently in Venus retrograde, and then we have Mercury retrograde. Venus went retrograde March 1st. Mercury's going retrograde March 14th. We have Neptune stepping into Aries at the very end of March 30th, which is going to be crazy. So yeah, and then we've got this eclipse season happening. So there's a lot of limits being broken. There's a lot of breakthroughs, in other words, happening. And that's something that we're looking into for the members on Patreon, or for the YouTube members. The reading that I'm looking into for them for this lunar eclipse is about the breakthroughs that this lunar eclipse is giving to them, and the revelations that are coming through, things that they are discovering and finding out. So you guys can check that out as well, either through Patreon or the YouTube members. It's the exact same content. It's just different platforms. But yeah, we have here true love come to me. For some of you guys, this is a true love. This is a counterpart. This is a soulmate or a twin flame, if you subscribe to that idea. And this is not a love that you have to worry about being honest with you, or lying to you, or betraying you, or backstabbing you, or living a double life. No, this is a love that you can trust. Trust. True love come to me. So this is all about trust over the next 6 months for you guys. Final message here for you, pile 3. Okay, we have the law of healing. Then we have the law of correlation, and underneath the deck, we have the law of perception. The law of correlation says, witness the boomerang effect of your beliefs and actions. You guys, what did I say when we were just looking at your tarot cards? How do you speak to yourself? How do you speak to the universe? Do you speak in ways where it's like, oh, nothing ever works out for me? That's what you're experiencing. What you are experiencing, whatever it is that you are saying, whatever it is that you are putting out in the ethers. So I'll read this out of the book. And then we have the law of healing, transform your trauma, transform your life. I'm going to read this as well. This is totally talking about your 7 of Swords right here that may have been traumatic for you. And then the law of perception, look beyond the illusion to the one truth. There's an illusion here that is being broken for you guys over the next 6 months. And it could be the 7 of Swords in reverse, like what I talked about. There's someone in your life, they have the opportunity to tell you the truth. Or it could be referring to you guys really connecting to the truth over the next 6 months. The law of correlation says, are the things you desire not coming to you? That was the first message that came through with your Knight of Pentacles. You guys being like, Where are these things that I prayed for? Why is Spirit not answering me? Why is the universe not coming through? It says, are the things you desire not coming to you? There is only one reason, and it is because you are not giving it. Life is an exchange of energy, a flow of giving and receiving. It is the current of consciousness. By drawing this card, your higher self desires for you to be of service to every person you come into contact with today. You may give a compliment or do a good deed, but you must not expect anything in return. The universe has a special surprise for you. This is going to be a huge surprise for you guys. Full card right here. Journal and action says take some time to journal and reflect upon what is showing up in your life. What is being reflected via how are you using your mind? This is that Seven of Swords in reverse that we talked about. How are you guys talking to yourself? How are you talking to the universe? Are you saying like nothing ever works out for me? Things are so difficult. Things are so bad. You guys really have to watch that, okay? And it says, are your relationships reflecting love or division? Are your finances reflecting abundance or insufficient funds? Is your health reflecting high vibes or dis-ease? And then we have the law of healing, which is really interesting. This is basically healing the Seven of Swords energy over here. And it says healing is done through the revealing of truth. Oh, wow. And that was one of the specific messages that came through for you guys, is somebody in your life is going to have the opportunity to either tell you the truth or the truth will be exposed. Or this could be you guys if you have a truth to tell. It says it is time to redirect your energy to love, connection, and expression. By drawing this card, your higher self desires for you to awaken out of the amnesic state and remember who you are. You are endowed with infinite intelligence and innate healing. And then it says, go within and do an affirmative mind treatment, aka divine prayer. Like I said, when's the last time that you guys have prayed or visited your altar, done some energy work? For sure, do that, because it says it right here. Go within and do an affirmative mind treatment, aka divine prayer. Expand your mind until you have a perception shift in your health. Expect a miracle. Okay, this is those doors being opened for you and new worlds over here. And the law of perception says, it seems you've been playing small at this game called life. By drawing this card, your higher self desires for you to no longer look to the outside world, to only seek the truth within. There's an almighty omniscient presence within you now, or with you now. There is an indestructible, absolute, and a self-existing aspect of you. The universe is revealing through the law of perception that you can never be the effect of any circumstance. Your destiny is to experience your full divinity. Then it says, write down all your perceptions of life. What are the meanings that you place upon yourself, people, places, and the circumstances of life? Next, ask yourself, is this perception true? So this is definitely about breaking any sort of illusions in you guys' life. And pile 3. Some of you guys, you may have been drawn to pile 3, or that could have just been my mess up. Anyways, though, pile 3, thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.